Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Kayfabe Podcast. You know I am your councilman, so there's no need to have any fear. And then, of course, my other host, the sweetest oos herself, the people's nightmare, a.k.a. Mr. All-Star Fandom, your greatest trios on the internet right now. And this is a special edition of Kayfabe. You know, normally, we talk about trending news. We go off the rails. We do a little fantasy booking. But today, we have gone to the next level because we have ourselves a special guest. The special of special guests, okay? He is a Olympian. He is a power lifter. He is a world heavyweight champion. He has one of the greatest retirement fake outs of all time. And I may be very biased because I am from Texas, but he is also from Texas. So to me, one of the greatest, all right? And if you don't think that, then somebody is going to get their ass kicked. Because, ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is none other than the WWE Hall of Famer himself. Mr. Mark Henry is in the building. Mark, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us.
Man, I'm doing awesome, man. I'm just sitting here observing this introduction, and I'm saying to myself, man, I'm going to have to start humming a tune if they don't have some intro music. And then, of course, the intro music hits, and then I see the world's prettiest oos at the top at the top screen, and then my man on the bottom, he over here doing finger magic and stuff, and I'm like, don't let nobody see you doing that. You might get a date. And the counselor, like, I don't know whether Pia go blind because I ain't been in the presence of royalty before.
Okay.
So
teasing.
appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, indeed, man. So if you can let us know though, like, yo, what has been going on with Mark Henry lately? For those that
All right, well, since you asked, we got the #1 sports show and podcast on Sirius XM outside of Howard Stern. I have a 5-day-a-week sports radio show on iHeart. I do Coke and Pepsi. Here in Austin, the morning kickoff, 1300 The Zone. I'm the CEO of All Caribbean Wrestling. I'm a dad, a DJ, a comedian. Golly, I'm a husband. I all of these are not ranked. Just
okay. It's just all the. It's just.
As soon as he said husband, he knew he had to throw that in there.
I'm a fan of Star Wars and very nerdy type stuff because I tend to read books every now and then, and it's just a byproduct of being around other people that like the things that I like, and just the Black history, the history of African Americans in the world of superheroes is kind of like, a thing for me. And the closest I got to that growing up was pro wrestling until I was old enough to get introduced to superheroes and comics and Star Wars, Star Trek, futuristic, anything. Man, it just flows. I watch stuff on TV like The Librarians. I like I like futuristic. Man, I like magic,
mystical.
Yeah, that's me.
That's right up our alley.
It definitely is.
Right up it.
I was like, okay, I got now like 5 other questions, but I know we don't have you that long.
I know, right?
Choose your questions wisely, right?
Exactly. I'm like, I'm not gonna go off the rails like we normally do as much.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as he said Marvel, I was like,
yeah, I was.
Oh man. Hey, I'm gonna end up interviewing y'all, asking y'all questions because, like, don't tease me with a good time because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I'm so happy right now about the Sinners multiverse and the way that, there's like 5 other movies that are imminent, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be in that universe somewhere. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking into an existence right now.
Manifestation.
Ryan Coogler. Hey, my name is Mark Henry. I'm the strongest man that ever lived, and he was a black man.
Yep.
Holla at your boy.
Oh,
Yo,
that's
Mark,
Okay.
Mark having a coven in Sinners, like one of the OGs there, and that knows about like all of the music and what it can do and what it see.
Listen.
Come on, man.
We have to make our own movie right now.
They don't call me the world's strongest DJ for nothing.
Okay.
All you gotta do is go on Sweet Chin Music or Sweet Chin Disco on Instagram, and you'll see me doing my thing. I got a tour coming up in August, where I'll be DJing, all the way through Paris and Glasgow, Scotland, London. Like I'm doing the whole international tour, so I stay busy.
So when he wore that jacket and told us he had a lot left in the tank, he wasn't kidding.
I wasn't even half empty yet. I'm still at 3/4 of tank.
See? Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you mentioned that, Mark, because we definitely have a scenario that we go address on this episode about having a lot left in the tank. But normally we do start off with trending news that's going on in the wrestling world. And so, honey, I'm going to kick it to you and let us know what's happening in the wrestling world right now.
Don't call me honey.
I'm not gonna fight you for the name, so I tell you, I'm just saying.
I gotta call you pretty as Oos the rest of this. Pretty's name now. No, but yeah. So, in all seriousness, there's been a lot of trending news, especially with everything revolving around women's wrestling, and we've had 2 very special, extra special, I would consider, debuts this week that have happened both on Raw, WWE, and as well as NXT. These 2 superstars that I'm referring to are both Stephanie Vaquer, La Primera, and the glamorous one. Not sure what her name will be called because she did not necessarily specify last night. But I just want to get your thoughts. Since you have always been really great at recognizing star power early on, how do you feel about these 2 debuts and how much both of these women superstars have grown in the business?
Listen, nobody's grown more than Mariah May. Like from where she started and to where she is now is light years difference. And Stephanie Vaquer, like I'm just new. I'm new to her work. But when I watch her work and some of what she did in Japan, I'm impressed. I don't know how long she's been this good. Like some people they just get their opportunity. So I didn't see a large sample size. I saw Mariah May before she, when she was with WWE the first time, and she was not that good because she didn't know anything yet. She was still a newbie and just learning and didn't really at that time, I think, understand how great opportunity she had. But now, watching her at AEW and talking to her, I like what I heard from her, and I like what I saw. As far as her ability to entertain as well as grab a headlock and throw an arm drag. A lot of wrestlers don't develop, and I don't look for people that know how. I know you can teach them how. I look for people that have that extra thing. I have the people that walk in a room and people look and go, "Oh man, who's that?" Like, are they hear you in conversation and they realize that they're not talking to some kind of bumbling oath or unconfident idiot. There's a lot of people that they lack confidence, and that thwarts the fact that they have talent. Because I the first minute that I spoke to Jacob Fatu, I knew that he had talent, but I knew he was troubled. And I used to mentor the brother, like, yo, man, you straighten out, man. Like, you get straight, it ain't nothing stopping you. And now when he see me, he hugged me. And he's like, bro, you just don't know how much of an influence you were on me, because you didn't judge me. You didn't even know me. And you came up and you with strength and just like, yo, man, we need you. Stop acting up.
Yeah.
Because I knew how good he was going to be. I tried to get the WWE to get him before I left WWE. I tried to get AEW to get him the whole time I was at AEW. Nobody listened, because people don't like to give opportunities and chances to people that, had problems. But the way the world is today, and I'm going to jump on the soapbox real quick. I'm sorry.
They're good.
The way the world is today, they see trouble and they want to magnify the trouble and not the solution and not the answers for them to get better. And they want to pile on. The same thing happened recently at All Caribbean. There were things that happened at All Caribbean before I got there. I had nothing to do with it. And the company has nothing to do with it. It's a Black-owned company. Everybody want Black power. Everybody want Black ownership. But everybody don't want to support. Everybody want to tear it down like a bunch of crabs in a bucket. And I have a great team that works with me, and there are things that happen with a certain individual in the company that I had to do just like I did with Jacob, just like I did with dozens of unbelievable performers that y'all see today, and y'all just go, man. And then you have no clue how much trouble they had and how they was able to polish that up and become the finished products that they've become. And it hurts sometimes, but you have to tell people, look, man, you're not helping us. I need you to, every time a major company has a problem, you see the hand slap coming.
Yeah.
And we've had to have the hand slap in our company. I'm not going to explain what punishments. I'm not going to explain the whole process. I do know that that individual is getting counsel now. That's like the first step, especially with Black people. We feel like going to get counseling or seeking help is a death sentence. Is you saying that you're weak. You're saying that you can't figure it out on your own.
Right.
Well, you know what? If you could figure it out on your own, your ass would have never gotten in trouble in the first place.
Sure.
We all have issues, and we're gonna polish those issues out. And for all those people that are on social media, I tell them, look, you're entitled to your story. You tell it. Go on social media, say whatever you want to say. But as long as you don't fix your mouth to say that Mark Henry hurt you, that Mark Henry is an enabler, Mark Henry is helping the problem, you're going to be fine. But as soon as you do, I'm coming for you. It ain't I don't run from it. I run to it. Like, there ain't nobody that ever known me to know that I've been a success at everything I've ever done, thank God. And it ain't me by myself. It's the fact that I live right, that I treat people right, that people come away from meeting me going, damn, man, I really like that dude. Or, man, I wonder if he would be willing to teach me something. Or can he hook me up? Man, I have people every day that's like, yo, man, can you get me in the room? If you get me in the room, I can do everything else on my own. All right, well, shoot, let me show me what you could do before I put you in this room, because I don't want to be embarrassed.
Right. You have a
reputation. And that's what people are supposed to do, and that's what I do. No pun intended. But you know, like I talked to T-Pain yesterday because he posted a picture of himself in the salmon in the Mark Henry, put his face on my body with the salmon jacket and all of that. And I said, yo, man, I said, you gonna just post one? You gotta do multiples. And he was like, what are you talking about? I said, you posted you know, that's what I do, but you didn't post you think it's that easy. Before you get to, you know, the I'm coming home and the fake retirement and that's what I do, all of the antics and aggressiveness, you think it's that easy. It's not. It's talent and persistence and work ethic that come with that.
I think,
and I don't want people to judge all Caribbean wrestling because a few people were disgruntled, and they may have had their reasons to be disgruntled, but it's not just one person that's running that company, you know, and that person that is the other person running the company is on sabbatical, and you know he's coming out again in June 28th, and you know we'll release a statement just reiterating to everybody that you know we're sorry and that we want to do better, and that individual that had the issues wants to do better. So you know, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
And that's what matters. You know, I think that was something we touched upon when speaking about, you know, how you have fostered these relationships and you have known how to handle these kinds of situations. You've always been very good with that, and just making sure that everything is steady afloat, because when you have this big energy of being what you've been through and knowing what has gone on in these kind of situations, you know, ahead of time, as you know, as someone who advocates for pro wrestling and for people, period, and entertainment, you know, you're not willing to tarnish that reputation and just willing to risk that on anybody who's just going to come in and try to just say that they're coming in to do this, but then don't back it up with their action.
Not at all. You ask Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair or Thunder Rosa, or you know, you can go down the list. The Charlotte Flairs, all of the Mercedes Monets. Like, all the women of the world know that I've always supported women's wrestling. Serena Deeb, I remember her first day. I've mentored her from the first day she wrestled, and I feel like Serena is the best teacher outside of Bailey in the world. Bailey and Serena Deeb are the best two female wrestling coaches on earth. You would have to go to Japan to get competition.
I love that.
And I've always supported them. The problem is I'm not in control of every human being.
Every single thing.
If I could control everybody, that wouldn't even be right. That wouldn't be right. I don't think that one person should have all that power.
All that power.
You know, I'm just saying. And I always make jokes because I'm a kind spirit. I'm a joker, man. I do comedy. I think funny first, and then I think of how to alleviate the pain. And a lot of people are not healers. I'm a healer, man. I want everybody to win. You don't think I don't want y'all to win? I wouldn't divulge what I'm saying to y'all if I didn't think, because this Kayfabe Podcast is gonna get some smoke over this.
Hey, man, we like the street profits.
We want the smoke.
Yeah, we're here for it.
A smoke or the smoke?
It depends on the perspective, you know.
I can answer that off the
podcast. I might have a different.
Yeah, YouTube always want to start getting strict. What they just say?
Right.
Take it off. Take it off.
But thank you for answering that question, and thank you for clarifying all of that. So for all of y'all listening and watching, please pay attention when the legend speaks. One more question so we can dive into our next subject as well. We also have a very exciting week ahead of us. We have Worlds Collide. We also have Money in the Bank, and we have Money in the Bank predictions here as well. I will be I'm covering the women's Money in the Bank, of course. And we have some top contenders in that match. That ladder match is definitely main event worthy if it wasn't for the tag team situation that's happening, of course. But
Naomi.
Yeah.
well, I guess I don't need to finish answering the question. There
Wow,
it is.
I'm sorry, I got a cough.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ooh,
need some water. Somebody get the man some water. The legend some water, please.
From my chest.
But like I said, we do have top contenders, and I guess that there goes my answer. I was going to ask, who do you pick for the women's Money in the Bank? But I think we're all going that same route.
Oh, since you asked, I think that Naomi is in her bag right now. Like
super duper bag.
This is the best that she's ever done. The sheer fact that her emotions now meet her ability.
Yes.
Is breathtaking, and a lot of people don't realize that don't happen usually until you're older, and she's still young.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like early 30s is nothing. That's nothing. I'm 53. If my back wasn't messed up, I could still do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that if I can't physically do things, I'm gone. I'm done. I'm not gonna be the old man out there limping around and not being able to do and protect the people that I work with. I physically, if Bronson Reed jumped off the top in my prime, I want to catch him.
Oh,
I want to pick him up. I want to pick him up and do stuff. And I know in my mind, in my prime, I would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
I can send you pictures of me pressing Vader when he was 417.
Yo,
I was literally just watching your interview with Chris Vanvliet, and you were talking about the moment when you had Rey Mysterio.
Right.
That spot specifically is called the Mark Henry spot. So fantasy booking a Mark Henry spot on Bronson Reed would be quite the scenario.
Man, you know how cold-blooded it would have been to be able to do that?
Yes.
Like I wrestled Braun Strowman. He was the last big guy of substance that I worked with. I did some stuff in Saudi Arabia with the crown jewel and all of that, but I don't look at that as being my greatest work. But the last matches that I had with Braun Strowman, like was good work with a big guy.
Yeah.
And I miss that guy. I mean, it's like I see that video of Mike Tyson talking about the guy asked Mike who would win in a fight, young 20-year-old Mike Tyson or 45, 50-year-old Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson started crying. And this is Mike crying.
Right.
Like Mike cried. And he said, Mike said, the young me would destroy the old me because he didn't think about tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All he wanted to do was kill. All he wanted to do was win. He didn't care about the money. He didn't care about the women. He didn't care about status. It was about conquering. It was about dominating and showing other men that you are not me.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, damn, I miss that guy because I used to be him. And I'm never going to be him again. And you when you mourn that day, it's nothing outside of losing somebody in your family. You'll never feel that kind of pain again.
Mm-hmm.
And Naomi is in her prime. Like, this is the best that she's ever going to be. These next 3 to 5 years are her glory years.
Yes.
Everything she did up until this point is to prepare her for just
moment.
a 3 to 5 year stretch.
Absolutely.
So y'all need to enjoy this because this is everybody that you look at in the ring that's great, that's who she's going to be wrestling because nobody else can be. They'll look weak in the ring with her.
she's so locked into this character. It's not even funny. And she had
It's
warned
so
us
good.
that this would happen.
Oh, is
Yes,
that what
we
we're
were
doing?
manifested. Is that what we want? That. That's what we want to see. That's what we're manifesting here on Kayfabe Podcast. Naomi winning it all at Money in the Bank. Give it to her. She's in her Birkin bag right now. Okay,
She's in it.
In it.
Hey guys, just act like you didn't hear that, because that you don't want to spend none on one of those for Christmas. I looked at the prices.
Pass.
I
Hard
need
pass.
a whole presentation of why I should get that.
I don't need it. I don't need a Birkin. I'm good.
I need bullet
Man.
point slides. Everything.
Them purses are gonna drive me to a life of crime.
Yeah, yeah, that will. It will do it.
Well, Mark,
Stay trendy and thrifty, y'all. Trendy and thrifty.
Mark, I've been over here just smiling the entire time. It's an honor to meet you and talk to you. But Honey just covered the women's Money in the Bank. We go over to the men's Money in the Bank, which could go any way possible, because we got LA Knight, Penta, Andrade, Solo, Seth Rollins, and the greatest luchador to ever don a mask, El Grande Americano.
Mark,
who are you taking and why for this one?
do the right thing, Mark. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Please.
Listen, the comedian in me wants to see Grande Americano.
No.
That's what the people want.
That's what we need, Mark.
I need it because it just makes me feel good, and I don't feel like there's 15 wrestlers in the world better than him, to be honest.
Chad is
Grande
is a beast.
El Grande.
But when it comes to making money, which if I was running the company and I have so much money tied up in Seth Rollins, and now you got Braun Breaker, now you got Big Jonah with him, with Paul Heyman, that's a collection of people that can give you bloodline vibes. And that's 3 matches with the same manager on one pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. You do the math. Either one of those guys can main event.
Yes.
And Seth is the one that's of prominence right now. He's the principal in the group. And everything is about making him the best Seth Rollins that he can be. And
Tribal Chief Seth Rollins, I guess.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it.
Or Evolution 2 Seth Rollins.
Evolution 2. Evolution 2. Yeah.
It's something to that effect. But I would have to go with Seth Rollins really to be. I mean, man, it would be funny to see Grande de Americana.
Yeah.
But for the money, I gotta go. I gotta go with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, a 2-time winner. This will make him the heist of the century was about 10 years ago or so. So that would be. And he's got a group behind him this time. Is Seth Rollins he's in his bag too. But El Grande, if he can pull it out, I'm going to be cheering in my El Grande mask on this weekend. So
just know, no matter what, whoever wins, I feel like I'm predicting an unsuccessful cash in for some reason. I just feel that vibe.
Ooh.
I feel that vibe, and the reason why
it's too soon.
It's still too soon to tell, but I just feel like the story's writing itself for me as a viewer from what I'm seeing. Like if Seth is gonna be that guy we're giving the briefcase to, don't get excited for no heist because it won't happen.
Oh, I think he could pull it off.
Well,
he could pull it off. He could pull it off. He could pull it off, but there will be only one man who can stop him from doing it a second time, and that's my tribal chief. I'm right.
Oh,
my tribal chief.
If you're relying on Jacob Fatu to be a savior of Solo and JC, I want you to do like Red Fox used to say, put it out your mind.
Right. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because
not happening.
It's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And he is already done with them. And they have done enough to him to make him realize that they're not for him.
Mm-mm.
They're sabotagers. And the day that he gets ready and jumps down and grabs his title and walks and leaves them to destruction, he's gonna be the biggest baby face that they got.
It's over for that.
He's moving that way already.
So over. He kind of already is a baby face. We got it to me right, because even when Solo was Timu Tribal Chief, as we like to call it here, okay. Timu Tribal Chief. We acknowledged Jacob. We acknowledged Jacob before we even acknowledged Solo.
Oh man, y'all too much.
We love Jacob. This was us. We love Jacob.
We love you.
We love you, Jacob.
Podcast.
Sure do. We sure do. Sure do.
Gonna make you a clip, man. Go on, you got me.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So we wanted to also jump into something too, because like we've been mentioning a lot left in the tank. And so here on Kayfabe, we normally do like a lot of fantasy booking and stuff just for us to have some fun. So I want to give you a scenario, Mark. So the Beyonder from Marvel has come down and given you your old strength from 2011, Hall of Pain, Mark Henry.
Mm-hmm.
You are now endowed with all of that, all your strengths, everything. And the wrestling world is
right. Okay,
that's my word of the day. I gotta try to use the word of the day.
Let's not get kicked off. Get kicked off.
I do that too, though, where I try to use a better word in my vocabulary that I don't normally use as a task for the day.
Hey, don't even point attention to it. Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
Yeah. So what we want to know is what would be your wrestling strategy? Where would you go currently right now? What championship would you go for, and who would you want to wrestle?
It would not be about titles. If I had all power back, I would summon the strength to go back in time, and I would call Teddy Long, and I would be like, "Hey, Teddy, I need you." And I know he'll say, "What you need, player?" And I would say, "It's time to start the White Boy Challenge again." And I would go through and the Booker T's of the world, the all the African American wrestlers would be like, "Listen, man, what you doing is wrong." And I would be like, "My beef ain't with you, man. My beef is not with you. I know that they have you conditioned. So I'm gonna let you make it. But your homeboy right there, not so much. I'll see you in the ring, player." And it would just be a destruction course of.
You're walking through a lot of people, Mark. You're walking through a
lot of folks.
Dog walking.
You ever seen the ambiguously gay duo cartoons?
Yeah.
Imagine having conversations about racism that were ambiguous, but the whole point was to set the table to, "It's your fault." And then people are like, "Why did I didn't do nothing to you. What's the problem?" Because you are you. And I'm not. I didn't get that opportunity. You got every opportunity that you ever wanted by birthright. I didn't get nothing, and you're gonna suffer for it.
I'm sold on that.
I would love to see one of those stories run in wrestling. I
actually wrote that for a certain NXT African prince, but I would go back in time to do that on my own.
Make it your own gimmick.
Yeah, but it's all hypothetical because I'm not going to get the powers back.
just a little fantasy, but
again, just a little fantasy booking.
Yeah, but it's still a lot left in the tank in every other way. You're still impacting us today, even outside of the ring.
Absolutely.
So, like you said, from DJing, the comedic, because you are just hilarious. Also from the nerd side, because we definitely got to get you on Straight Up Comic Book to pick that nerd brain. But then also too, like you said, becoming CEO of ACW. And again, like we already know, a story has three sides to it. So unlike a lot of people that are here that just want it now, they want to see this now. It's like, hey, you know, everybody's taking the steps that need to be done, and you can see that change is still being made. And I think that's one of the biggest
things.
But
know what? I love that. I always like that that cliche of the three sides. But I'm going to tell you, the Mark Henry side and the other side, and then the truth, they all that's great. My side and the truth are going to coincide, because I will pick the truth over me any day. And there have been times in my life where I knew I was wrong, and I argued my point just because I wanted to be right. And I wanted to convince you that I was right. I wanted to influence you that I was right. I wanted to trick you into me being right. But when it comes to the truth, man, I'm going to tell the truth. And especially, you know, a guy with two kids that they both are going to be great wrestlers one day. My daughter's a freshman in high school. She just won state in wrestling.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. She is throwing people on their head. And her idols are elite fighters in the world. And I was like, man, why didn't my son get that? But you know what?
He's on his way too, right?
I got it. As long as I got it, I'm good. But my son, he loves wrestling more than anything. And he wants to use college football as a means to get a degree so he can go set himself up to having a network when he graduates and when he's in pro wrestling, that he can come back and have people like, you know, Danny Hodge and Luthez and the old school wrestling, who I forced him to read the history of wrestling. So when he stands in front of a Triple H or Tony Khan, and both of them know him personally, they will know that they talking to somebody that they want to be in their company, that work for them, because they know the history. Jacob can go back to 1960 and give you everything. That's how much he loved wrestling. But because I'm his dad, he is not allowed to go and wrestle now. He's got to hand me that degree. Okay. These degrees on the wall behind me are not mine. These masters and doctorates are my wife's. And I had a different road to hoe. I had to go make money. My mom never made more than 12 grand in her life in a year. I come from extreme poverty. I didn't even know we were poor until I left my town and realized people live like this?
Right.
Holy shit. I had never seen a full brick house before. I've seen a half a brick, and in the front they had bricks. I'm talking about poor. Like you stomp on the floor, dirt come through the boards. My kids won't never live that existence because they grew up in $1 million houses and mom and daddy that would drive them everywhere. And I knew that they were going to get heat from other kids that looked like them because I experienced the heat once I made it.
Of course, yeah. Why
would they be any different? And you're living black in America and walking around with PTSD from the way racism treats you, and you add that to the self-hate of African Americans in America, you getting it from both sides. So I had to prepare my people, and they are mentally strong and prepared for whatever you bring to them. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to become. I'm just praying to be able to live long enough to see them become adults and what roads that they travel.
They got their own tanks now that they got.
Yeah, man. They ain't even, man. They still riding with me. they ain't using none of their gas.
On to that back seat as long as they could.
You're like, fill your stuff in your own tank.
Yeah, start using your own gas.
Or give me the gas money.
Something. Please.
Gas prices too high.
Listen, if you're anybody, all the soccer moms and basketball moms and volleyball moms and dads and football dads and wrestling and boxing and martial arts, whatever your kid does, and they're in a club and they have to travel. I'm talking each camp, each event is going to cost you $1,000 for that one. That don't count food, hotel, gas money, flights if you have to fly. Like you can have a $3,500 trip for two people.
I'm watching Deonne do the calculations. Deonne's
fresh
he's preparing for this.
He's preparing right now. Calculated all of that.
How old's your baby?
He's a new
3 months. 3 months.
In 5 years, T-ball starts. Kickball starts.
I know.
They play two-hand touch. All of that happens in about 5 years, maybe a few months, like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
That summer, you're gonna be broke as hell. You better start saving now, because I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Listen, you're gonna need to start some Roth ROAs. You're gonna have to start doing everything you can to save back money, because if I can go back in time and get all the money back from every sporting equipment, it would probably be about, for just my son, it would probably be about 60 grand that we spent. And my daughter's a freshman in high school, and she's done volleyball camps and wrestling. We spent $5,000 this summer. She's going to nationals in Fargo. It's 5,000 just this summer.
Wow.
For the one dual meet, the national championships, and her equipment and medical therapy and everything. Listen, you'll see. It depends on how far you want to go. If your kid is like, hey, I want to chase grasshoppers, then
whatever he shows interest, like that's
let him chase.
Follow him with a magnifying glass and chase.
Get that one over there. Let's go.
Get you a jar and help that baby chase grasshoppers.
That's right.
But when they start saying, I want to go to volleyball camp, I want to play flag football in the I-9 league, in the real league, where you have to pay $500 entry fee.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go on, do it. What else is there? Yeah. Their happiness is matters over yours.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely does, even at this point.
Yeah. That's what wrestling fans, most of the guys that I know that are extreme wrestling fans that call in to Bust It Open, and they're so pissed at how much it costs to go to WrestleMania and Money in the Bank and All In and all these big pay-per-views, because they know that, hey man, it's gonna cost me $3,500 for me and my kid.
Yeah. For
that weekend. We're gonna fly there. We're gonna have a hotel room. I gotta get a rental car. We gotta eat while we're there. It's not like mom gonna be cooking for us. And I just want the prices to go down just about 25%.
We just need deflation.
Deflation, 25%. I'm not trying to be greedy for the fans, but 25% would be a good start.
Yeah, you can,
because
differences.
The prices that my buddy just spent in Vegas,
ridiculous.
3 of them, I think it was like, he said 13 grand or something for the week. Yeah. Man, 13 grand?
Wow.
That's a brand new car. I mean, it ain't no great car,
That's an A to B car though.
But I bet you can get a brand new or next to new car for 13 cash, under 500 miles on it.
Right.
I guarantee you. Yes. That's a lot of money, man. Knock off 25% of that, you still get about $1,100, $11,000 out of them for a week, a family of 3, and then you good. But you would have to be living real thrifty to keep it under $8,000.
Right.
For sure.
Think about you
tightening up on all costs and expenses.
Man, you have to really
get rid of a few.
Motel 6.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make whatever the neon shirt guy is making.
Okay.
So we can
green shirt guy. Shout out.
Yeah, because WrestleMania, I had to get a hotel an hour and a half out because I was like, all right, if I'm finna come up here, I gotta do this. Yeah, I was driving an hour and a half back and forth to Vegas for 3 days.
I didn't know that. You were a whole hour away from the venue. Mm-hmm. Oh God!
Because everything else was like the hotels was so expensive. It was like, yo, like I can't catch this and do that. But it's like I can't miss being here in Vegas for WrestleMania. But I was like, yo, like I don't have $1,200 for 3 nights. Like I
can do the same next year now. You can do the same, get the same hotel.
We can do. We can have a do-over. Let's have a do-over.
No. I'm not driving an hour and a half again. I'm not doing that. I will definitely.
You know how to do it now.
I will book very early. If they announce tomorrow Vegas, let me see these hotels right now.
Hey man, you might as well go and do it. And think, hey, you want to hear something sad? Think about all the people that found out that they were going to New Orleans and they booked those rooms, and now people don't want to release the money.
Nope. Yep.
People like there are people that are fighting their ass off to get their money back, or at least get them to take off a large percentage of it because they're not going to be there for that time, and then they're just I'll just go and do a vacation in New Orleans. Like, man, you gonna force me to do a vacation in New Orleans?
Right.
I mean, that would be hard for me because I like New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Because forced. I'll go there just to go get some pork rinds and gumbo.
That's about it. Give me some pistolets and some beignets. I'm gonna have me a good
time.
Some
beignets, man. We're gonna have to talk after this.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Cafe Du Monde is great.
Listen, Cafe Du Monde is awesome, and I love beignets like the next guy, but not for $1,200-$1,400 to go there just to hang out and eat beignets.
Nah.
Run me my money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure they didn't book the car, but just the thought of getting a hotel for a week, and I feel sorry for them people, and that's, it's all money. It's about the money. Vegas is gonna give the money, and the economy is suffering in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? What do you do? I just said that it's about the money.
Yeah.
You want Seth Rollins to you want to sell everything out. You put him up there, like people gonna pay to see him.
Yeah.
So can I ask this though, as far as you seeing like from the money side, but then also from being a fan, do you feel like how far is the balance when it comes to these two things? Is it now starting to be over to where it's just now about the money? Because we were talking about that like when we saw WrestleMania, we were kind of like, seeing the folks in the front, it seemed like they're more casual fans than they were like folks that know these people. Because I didn't want just like on their phone.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You are 100% right. It's about to be generous to the companies. It's about 25% off in favor of the companies over the fan. You can knock it down and 25%, and I think that people will be happy. But I think you would get more casual fans than real fans still with a 25% deduction in price, because the people that are real fans that have been fans for 25 years, they don't make the kind of money that they can spend $8,000 for a family of four for 4 days or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Man,
tough.
$8,000 is car payments and house payments, mortgage payments, insurance payments, child daycares, and everything for like 7 months.
Yeah, I think it's tough when you see like the mat with all the sponsorship dollars that they're making. Because I worked in college athletics, so I understand sponsorships and all that stuff. Seeing that and then having to pay that much for a ticket, it's kind of like you're getting your money either way. Knock it down for us over here, man. Every match is sponsored.
I told a friend of mine, Dave LaGreca, that's my guy. I told Dave, I said, when we heard the news, I said, man, I could have told you that the economy was off there. And I guarantee you that those companies are like, hey, what concessions are we going to get? And they're like, concessions? Well, what do you mean? Yeah, well, we need police and we need firemen and we need ambulance. We need, the price to go down on the hotel markets. We need this, we need that. And I'm sure they were like, well, I mean, we would love to give all of that, but what about us?
Right.
Hey, then you got to be like, well, hold tight. We'll get right back to you. Hey, Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think that y'all can, y'all want to run it back? Oh, yeah? Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Say no more. Say less. Okay.
Be like, we going
and
back
I'm
to
telling
back.
you, that's how that conversation went. I made it up, and it's phony, and it's a half a truth, but it's close.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so let me ask
close.
you too. With you being now the CEO of ACW, and then of course, like the deals that y'all have with Tempo, with Saturday Night Vibe, now being on Thriller as well, and the app too. How far off is it from us maybe seeing something like that happen in the Caribbean, like a WrestleMania?
We can't do it. We can't do it. We won't do it. We won't do it because we know how much the market value in the Caribbean. We work closely with the ministry, which is, they call their government the ministry. And we have an exclusive rights deal with them to do our shows in the Caribbean. And with Tempo, we're not going to hijack them. We're just not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
People going to get a reasonable ticket, and very reasonable, and they're going to come and have a good time. And we may get a couple of concessions from hotels to get them to lower the rate for our shows for, 2 days. For our party, you get the QR code, you go on the All Caribbean and buy your ticket through All Caribbean. You're going to get a discounted rate than somebody that's just like, oh, I'm going to the Bahamas this weekend. And they're like, why is my ticket $250 a night and their ticket is $109? Like, you getting a bargain discounts because we want people to show up. We want people to fly in from the States to come down to the shows. So,
I'm trying to go to one All Caribbean show too.
Because even
it's half,
especially y'all.
Yeah,
because the black media is important to our branding because that's who we're catering to. Yeah. And we want the Caribbean people in London. We want the Caribbean people in Toronto and all through Canada. And there's so many Caribbean people in America that are looking for a vacation spot to have somewhere to go and be entertained by people that look like them, but also care about what their pocketbooks look like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're offering that.
Mm-hmm. I think that's how you win. That is exactly how you win, because y'all
in 2 years I'm gonna jack them prices now.
I was gonna say in a few years you could definitely have an ACW super show for sure.
We're just going up 5%. That's it.
My dream is to be able to create such a buzz that the WWE allows us to have Jade Cargill, who is Jamaican. Yeah. And to be able to have her, come in and do stuff, and all of the, we know Kofi Kingston is from Ghana, but man, to be able to have SOS Kofi Kingston to come and do a spot, just have fun, man. Wrestling is about fun.
Fun. Yeah.
And it's about suspended belief and to have, people come that you're interested in where are they now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Norman Smiley wrestled as Black Magic in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and in the Bahamas in the 80s, in the late 80s. I called him the other day, said, hey man, I'm going through the archives. You was Black Magic? And he was like, hey, come on, man, don't be spreading those rumors. That's my guy. But that's what I want people to know. A lot of people don't know. I want you to learn some history, and the only way that people gonna know is if you bring it back to the present.
I'm gonna take it to a line that you told me when we first met, Mr. Henry, when you were like,
"Oh, be careful."
When we spoke at 90s Wrestling Con, there was a line that you said that really stuck with me. He's like, I'm just trying to pretty much tell you where we're coming from so you know where we're going. Yes. And that's exactly what you are doing, sir. And it's great to see.
Yeah, I'm a fan first, and I was the guy. The reason that I have a job with SiriusXM on Busted Open is because when I would get out of shows late at night, we get out of the arena 11, 12 o'clock and drive to the next town. I used to listen to satellite radio, and I would hear Dave LaGreca and Doug Mortman talking about wrestling. And I was like, these guys are not doing exposés on wrestling. It's like y'all have the name Kayfabe. Kayfabe means to keep a secret, to not tell. When all we doing on this show is telling. No, I'm joking. But we haven't talked about the underbelly, why you do something, not one time while I've been on here. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want an expose. I don't want people telling how the donuts are made or what's in what's in a hot dog. You don't want to know?
No.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. Can I just enjoy myself? Man, I got a stack of comic books over here. I just got a box that the guy sent me all these assorted comics from the 70s and 80s. Oof. I'm sitting here looking at those stack of books like, man, I've been on here for an hour now. I might be able to get over there and read for about 30 minutes or so here in a little while. But that's the way I want people to be about wrestling. Mm-hmm. I want them to be like, man, I can't wait for the show to come on. Like we get wrestling 5 days a week, 6 days a week now.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
The last thing I want is for somebody always going, well, this is how the magic was done. I don't like that. So when I come on podcasts like, Kayfabe Podcast, and I don't get that feeling, or we don't have those conversations, we talking about our kids and life and pro wrestling and love for art and suspended belief and yada yada, man, that's a dream to me. That's the way I want it all to be, but unfortunately it's not.
No, we appreciate that. And I think that's one of the things we did set out to do was we always see so many people when they get to interview and get a chance to interview folks like yourself. It's like, okay, y'all always want to know the behind things. It's like, we never get a chance to see what we call the imagination side, the kid side of why y'all love this stuff. So that's why we do stuff like these fantasy bookings and everything. So it's just let's get back to what we enjoyed about this, like these extravagant superstars, everything that you'd see come with it. And it's let us get back to that rather than just know, so why was this set like this and this? And who said this in the writers? I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know who wrote it.
Know.
I'm still imagining Mark catching Bronson Reed.
Still imagining literally has.
I had a whole lot of it. Okay, so SummerSlam, that's when they had the last man standing match. Hell in the Cell is what they do the I Quit match.
Oh, you already booked it.
Yeah, I started looking, I was like, we can at least get this running by 3-4 times with that.
Oh man. Clash of the Titans.
You know, there's nobody better that to feel like a kid more and talk about wrestling more than these two guys right here. Always look forward to doing this.
I'm gonna have to get my son to call y'all, man. Y'all can have Jacob on here, man. He can talk wrestling with y'all till his cows come home.
Hell yeah!
Like he loves it, man. He wants to start his own podcast here pretty soon, and I'm like, man, don't recreate the wheel. Go and be a part of something that you can grow into one day, starting your own. But like, you know, Jacob is like, Dad, I'm trying to make this paper out here. You know me. And I'm like, what? Who are you? When you start thinking about money?
Get it from my daddy.
Yeah,
listen, that dude told me the other day, he's like, I'm tired of asking you for money. He said, I want my own. And I went,
yeah,
I did something right.
Yes.
It'd be them moments. It's like I did it.
Bro, he want his own.
It's like the Rocky moment at the end. Yo, Adrian.
He wants his own money. He want to be like Prince King.
We did it.
He did it.
We did
Oh man. Now my daughter, that's a whole nother woo.
She's like, I have no plans. I'm not asking for money.
I want a pony.
Years.
I want a pony, and I want that pony to be on the Bronco.
Oh,
and
that was asked this year. That was asked for her upcoming birthday this year.
Yesterday. I want a Bronco. A what? A what? Like the car? Yeah. I didn't even flinch. Didn't flinch.
Just straight face. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, well, I mean, a Bronco Sport, that's all right. It's like, 16 grand. No. I want the hard top. The one that you could take the top off.
Oh, child.
Wow.
Oh, child.
The 4-wheel drive. I need the exclusive pack.
Yeah, the one with the Sahara.
Yeah.
The one that'll survive in the desert. 38 grand. I want the $38,000 one, Daddy. No, baby. No, you gotta have a job for that.
Mark's like the sport. Yeah, the sport's okay.
I think the sport was gonna work just as well.
That's Sahara.
Yeah. Just imagine the top off. Just roll the window down and stick your head.
Just roll the window down and stick your head out.
You're gonna be A-okay. You're gonna feel all that breeze.
Oh man. That's my life. It's my life.
Hey, that's why you gotta still have a lot left in the tank.
So we have to do this again after Money in the Bank, and see if our dreams have come true.
Mm-hmm.
And
y'all dreams. I can't speak for the Grande Americana.
Man, just jump on the train, honey. It's time.
It's a fun time.
She already expressed her undying gratitude and love for the Timu tribal chief.
No, not the Timu tribal.
That's what you did. Honey. That's what you did. Yeah.
No,
you went for Solo. That's who you picking.
Didn't you say Solo?
Just no. I said my tribal chief. I didn't say Timu tribal chief. I said that's what we call him. You know what? And you know what? Y'all think y'all slick because y'all got me on here acknowledging Solo a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Henry, look, we have this thing. Where if
I'm putting my good ear up here.
We have this thing where if we're late, we have to say something that is gonna shake us to our core that we're not gonna like. In reference to our favorite superstars. So one time I was tardy. I was about 5 minutes tardy, but tardy nonetheless. And I'm a woman of my word, but I had to, unfortunately, was forced to acknowledge either Cody Rhodes as my tribal chief or Solo Sikoa as my tribal chief. And Deonne definitely advocates very heavily for the American Nightmare. So I was just like, I guess I have to acknowledge Solo, and I did.
So I have a question for you when it comes to that conversation. Do you feel like, and this is for all three of y'all, do you feel like the bloodline ended the way that you wanted it to end?
Man,
I got the easy answer. I don't think the bloodline story ever ends.
Oh, okay.
That's my answer personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Gentlemen,
I think we just getting into the era of the Anoa'i saga. I think this
even
is
more.
what we've seen this shift. Yeah,
It's just gonna
I
continue.
think with all the kids you got, everybody, I don't think that we just see in the first part of it.
so I did the math about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We may have to reassess the math in their family because they don't die, they multiply.
They sure do.
32 grandkids. I'll say it again. 32 babies. Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Fatu, Solo.
The time here.
Just all of them.
All of them. All of them.
It's yeah.
So wow.
32.
And that's why I say the bloodline story never gonna end, unless that's not even including the twins that are all in there, like like Tonga and Loa, that side. Naya, Tamina.
I mean, all of 32. And
Crazy.
there's still Keisha's youngest son is not came out yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
And he's 6'5", 300 pounds in high school.
Man.
In high school, my God.
When he comes out,
man. Man.
It's gonna be hell.
Like I
said, he already can work. He already working. Size 16 shoe. High school. I'm like, man, y'all just keep putting them out, man.
Keep putting them out, man.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and I think that's the perfect.
Just two families. The bloodline tree.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that trickles down to the roots. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep. It's wild.
Yeah, man.
Hey, and when they say the low hanging fruit, the low hanging fruit still gonna be great.
It's still gonna be good. Yeah.
I ain't seen one of them really miss.
I have not seen one.
I missed.
It's been very rare. I guarantee you, out of all the guys that I know, fathers, uncles, the kids that's in my peer group and the Usos era below me, I might have been 3.
Wow.
Out of maybe like 25 or 30 dudes.
I can take those odds. That's
now they all coming.
You betting 1,000.
Yeah.
Like I said, the bloodline story is probably one of the only stories.
It's people that ain't even in their family that's Polynesian that's making it.
Yeah. Yep.
When you're able to elevate somebody and they not really your blood and you bring them in anyway, like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't even got the Owen Hart yet. They haven't even got the Black Heart yet to come in the nation.
Nope.
Oh man, we talked about that.
Talked about this.
We will, but look, we can't keep Mark no longer. We can't keep Mark no longer. That's why we are doing what we got to get off the rails. So we do got to wrap this up. But we want to have Mark here for another time because again, we get off the rails. We go deep diving into these things.
Man, we didn't even talk about our true.
We didn't even talk about no man. I think I'm still hurting from. I'm still hurting from that and in denial. So I don't want to talk about it.
Don't hurt. Don't hurt because hey, Mark Henry is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes, he is.
Because I called him Sunday when I saw the news come up. Hey, I don't want you to have a boo-boo face, right? Because it's time for our truth to be the boss of our truth. Like we're gonna instill your real powers now. When you go back again, which you will be around, your pay gonna be higher.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he said it. No more boo-boo face, so I'm happy.
No boo-boo face. We doing it.
Face, yeah. But man, Mark, we appreciate you coming here on the Kayfabe Podcast. Like I said, we will definitely have you on here again.
We appreciate y'all for sending me the memo about the red shirts.
Oh yeah, of course, man. That mental memo is strong right here.
Telekinesis. We might have to see what happens the next time.
Yeah, man.
Oh, before we got here, anything that you want to let people know to make sure to go support, follow, and so we make sure we keep this tank going.
Well, I want you to go to All Caribbean Wrestling on social media and follow us. You can follow me at the Mark Henry on everything. Tune in on Monday through Saturday and listen to Busted Open Radio. If you have the iHeart app, you can listen to me at 7 to 9 a.m. every morning on the morning kickoff. We are the flagship sports company for the University of Texas. Here in a little while, the women's softball national championship series starts. I stay busy, guys. So I'm going to just leave it at those things right there.
Gotcha. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another episode of the Kayfabe Podcast. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment under here as well. And then thank you again so much for tuning in. Appreciate your time once again, Mark Henry. We will have you on here again. And we will catch y'all next time. Peace.